The NFL draft is in about an hour and 30 minutes. So, you know what? We're going to do a mock draft, last minute mock draft, my final mock draft, and we'll see how I can do. My name is Gyro, and welcome to the channel. I did a video last year where I did a mock draft where I tried to predict all 32 picks, well, 31 plus the Steelers' 32nd pick, and I went 1 for 32. Not good. That is absolutely not good. I'd recommend you go watching the video because it's a funny video looking back on it, seeing what I was saying about what I wanted to do, and all this stuff what I thought was gonna happen, and none of it happened. So you know what? We're gonna try it again. Let's see if we can get more than one out of 32 picks correctly, and obviously we have one that is locked in, and basically the next two are also the next like the top four picks we can all agree are kind of locked in. So you know what? I've been deliberating this for days. Actually, I was like, as new information came out, I was like, oh, should I do this? Should I do this? Blah blah blah. But you know what? I think I formulated what I think is the mock draft that I want to post on this channel. It's pretty bold. It's pretty out there. There's a lot of trades, and you know but that's the fun of this. It's kind of like a March Madness bracket. I think I said that last year because you're just trying to guess. It's almost impossible to get all 32 picks correctly. Like I'd have to literally be the GM of every single team, know what every single team's doing, and then do all that. And even then, I could still get some stuff wrong. So, you know what? It's fun, but we're gonna try to see if we can beat the 1 out of 32 from last year and try to get a few of these picks correctly. So you know what? Let's start off pick number one. Let's get into it. Now, obviously, we know what's gonna happen here. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Caleb Williams. Yep. Pick number two. Some people Drake May, Jayden Daniels. It's kind of like we kind of know already. It's gonna be Jayden Daniels. All the speculation, Jayden Daniels. So we're gonna go Jayden Daniels. And pick number three, a lot of people are like, oh, will New England trade out of this? No way. I'm telling you guys right now, if I come back to this and New England trades this pick, I will look like an idiot, but I do not care. They are not going to trade this pick. So we're going to be getting quarterback, first three picks, May, and then Caleb and Jayden Daniels. So now we're at pick number four. Again, this is people like, oh, will there be a trade here? No shot, man. I'm telling you right now, no shot. Because Arizona can get a receiver, the best receiver in this draft class, one of the best receiver prospects of all time. You can get Kyler Murray, his weapon, and just give him Marvin Harrison Jr. out of The Ohio State. So that's just what's going to happen there. Now is where the draft to me really begins, because there's no way the first four, excuse me, there's no way that isn't the first four. I'd be shocked if that isn't the first four. So now it really begins of what could happen here, what could happen there. Pick number five is a pretty heavily discussed pick, mainly for trade purposes. Obviously, you got teams like, go over here, Minnesota, that needs a quarterback, and this team right here, the New York Giants, they're threatening to take a quarterback. But I believe that those are just threats, and we'll get to that in a second. But I think that the Vikings are going to try to, I think New York is bluffing. They're trying to get LA just in case LA is going to, maybe they're in a market for a receiver. They want their pick of the receivers left in Neighbors and Odunze. So I think Minnesota is going to call their bluff, and they're not going to trade up. And LA is going to stay put and not take Joe Alt. But they'll take J.C. Latham out of Alabama. Jim Harbaugh pick right there. J.C. Latham. So now we get to the sixth pick, and like I said, I don't think the Giants are going to be taking a quarterback no matter how much you hear about J.J. McCarthy. I just think they're going to give Daniel Jones one more year, and you got the pick of two great receivers. And you know what we're going to pick? A lot of people are going to pick Malik Neighbors. I'm going Rome Odunze. Maybe I do like Malik Neighbors better as a prospect, but I think the Giants, maybe they want to play a little safer in terms of like Malik Neighbors might get, if Daniel Jones doesn't work out, maybe he'll get a little angry. Who knows? But the Giants get a receiver that's surefire, that's going to be really good, and they're going to just, roll with it. So now we get to pick number 7. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to be doing the first trade of the mock draft. So we'll be going Minnesota. We'll be going Tennessee. We'll do pick 1 or pick 7, pick 11. I'll give up a 4th round pick, and you give me about I'll just. It doesn't matter what I give. I'm just trying to make it even. Oh, crap. Okay, that's. Sorry, guys. This is not good. See, sometimes it does that, and it annoys the heck out of me because it's like, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so we'll go like this. Go 1, 4, 7, and next year's 3rd for pick number 7. Maybe it's a trade like this. I don't know, but this is what we'll do here. Now Minnesota trades up just to make sure Denver or Las Vegas, someone doesn't do some funny business and they get screwed out of taking a quarterback. So they're going to take J.J. McCarthy because it's just been rumored for a while that they like J.J. McCarthy. So we're going to give him J.J. McCarthy. And then number 8, maybe you think that Atlanta would stay pat. You know what? Screw it. We're making another trade. Atlanta. And we'll go with the Indianapolis Colts because there's a name still available. There's a name still available that I think the Indianapolis Colts really like. And you know who it is? It is one Malik Neighbors. So now they leapfrog the Colts now leapfrog the Chicago Bears to make sure that they don't get Malik Neighbors. And now the Bears are sitting there. Maybe they would want to trade back too, but they're not going to trade back here because guess what? They have the best offensive lineman in the draft class to pair up with Caleb Williams. You can get Caleb Williams some protection immediately. So we're going to be giving them Joe Alt. If Joe Alt wasn't there, maybe a trade back. Maybe a trade back then. But since Joe Alt is there for Chicago, I think it makes sense to take him and protect Caleb Williams as much as you can. You cannot do what you did to Justin Fields and screw him over. Hopefully Justin Fields is going to be a star in Pittsburgh with better organization, but we'll see. And now New York is another team that people are like, oh, maybe they'll trade back and, accumulate assets, whatever. I'm just going to have them stay put, all right? We've already had, 2 or 3 trades already, back-to-back trades there and stuff going on. I don't want to do, that many trades in a row, in that close of a vicinity. We'll be getting to more trades. Don't worry. Trades will be coming, but for now, we'll just go with Brock Bowers. I mean, it just makes sense. Get Aaron Rodgers another weapon. Get a tight end. All that good stuff. It all makes sense. And now Tennessee is here. They obviously traded back. And now they're looking for an offensive lineman, I'd say. I mean, just looking at it. They could go Dallas Turner, Laiu Tulatu. But you know what? We're gonna give them a lineman just to make sure that you can get Will Levis going. I think they want to get the offense rolling. So we'll get Talise Fuaga from Oregon State. Top 3 tackle in this class. So, yeah, I mean, they miss out on Joe Alt, of course. They trade back and lose out on him. But, I mean, you get picks next year. You get a pick this year. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good trade. So now you got Denver, and Denver obviously doesn't show how many picks they have this year, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot of picks. So I told you more trades are coming. We got another trade coming here. Let's go to, where is Denver? Denver. And what team's going to trade up? The Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles. They'll give that, whatever. And boom. And now the Denver Broncos have another pick. And guess who the Eagles trade up for? Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold. Because Philadelphia, they seem to like those kind of, SEC, Georgia, Alabama players. And Arnold is arguably the best corner in this class. Obviously, you got Quinyon Mitchell too, but Terrion Arnold is there. So, you know what, Philadelphia, there's going to be trades happening this draft. Hopefully, they can trade up to number 12 and get Arnold. I'd like it for Eagles fans. And now, the Las Vegas Raiders, you know what? The Raiders are known for this. They're known for, quote-unquote, reaching. We're going to go Michael Penix Jr., get their quarterback, all right? Obviously, they have Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. No. No. It's just, I'd rather them, and I think they would rather just have a quarterback. And obviously 13 might be a little high if they're projected into the late first, early second round, but you never know with teams coming back in the first round, doing funny stuff back here that, especially Denver now, moving back, I think Raiders just want to get a quarterback and just get it over with. Keep what you want and get what you want. So they're going to get Michael Penix Jr., and now we are on pick number 14. And this one, the Saints, it's going to be a tackle. It's like 99% sure it'll be a tackle. And you know what? We're going to go Olu Fashanu. Just fits really well with the Saints, and it just makes a lot of sense. That one just feels like it just should happen. So obviously you look at this draft so far, and you notice one thing. There's not been many defensive players at all, except for Terrion Arnold, which happened at pick number 12. So now we're on pick number 15, and there is a bunch of defenders left now. And I think we're going to see a run on defenders. And as I say that, we're going to be on Atlanta. They get to trade back and still get Dallas Turner, who they're rumored to take at pick number 8. So that works out for them. And now it's Seattle's turn. They have Byron Murphy available, and they'll just take Byron Murphy. They get a really nice D lineman on their team now. Obviously, they could trade back too, but they have Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy. I keep saying Byron Murphy. Sorry, guys, but he's available, and you can take him. So do it. And now, pick number 17, the Jaguars. Oh, Quinyon Mitchell's available, but guess who else is available? Guess who they lost in free agency? One Calvin Ridley. And I think that stings so bad. They're like, oh, we need a receiver badly. They're going to take Brian Thomas Jr. That one's like a weird one because almost likely if they're there at 17, I think it's easily going to be Quinyon Mitchell. I think that it's a for sure thing. And I think there's reports right now. I think Ian Rappaport just tweeted something, or so Adam Schefter maybe, about the Jaguars looking to move up, probably for a cornerback. But I might eat my words on this one, but screw it. We're going to go Brian Thomas Jr. It's just something in my gut saying that's what's going to happen, so that's what we're going to do. And now pick number 18, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, and we're going to give them a big tackle in Amarius Mims, who Steelers have been rumored for a while to get. I think in my mock draft I gave him Amarius Mims, but I don't think he's going to make it there anyways, and even if he does, I don't even think he's going to be the Steelers' pick. But we'll get to the Steelers in a second. We still got another pick coming, and this pick is the Los Angeles Rams, but I don't see them picking here. I see the Kansas City Chiefs coming up. Obviously, the Rams are rumored to trade up or whatever. Screw it. I think the Rams are going to trade down. They're gonna surprise everyone. They're going to go down. Can I do a 1 and a 3 and like a 5 or something? Shoot. Oh, we'll just do a 1 and a 2. It doesn't really matter. The Chiefs come up because they see the Steelers there, and obviously I'm telling you we're going to go to the Steelers in a second, but they see the Steelers there, and they're like, oh, crap, we need to get a tackle really badly. So they come up here, and they get their tackle in Troy Fautanu. So now they have their tackle situated, and now it's the Steelers' turn. And the Steelers, obviously, if I'm going to say this right now, the Steelers, if they stay put, I'm about to do a trade, right? If the Steelers stay put, it's going to be Graham Barton. I will tell you like 100% for a fact. You can watch it on draft day today. If they stay put at 20, Graham Barton will be their pick. He will be there, and he will be a Steeler if that's what happens. But in this scenario, guess what's going to happen? There's a receiver on the San Francisco 49ers who's pretty disgruntled. I can't trade players in this one. So we're just going to go like, whatever. Ignore the compensation for 31 and 20. Brandon Ayuk is going to the Steelers. In this scenario, Brandon Ayuk is a Steeler. So now the 49ers trade up, and guess who they trade up for? One Xavier Worthy. I think they met him. They've met him at the combine, and I think they brought him in for a top 30 visit. And there's now rumors circulating that Miami might look to draft him. So, I think they might be like, oh, we can get our replacement and we can move up in the draft, whatever, and we probably still would get another asset because the Steelers are trading for Ayuk. So I think that would happen. That could be a trade that happens, and Steelers move back a little bit, but they get obviously a great receiver in Brandon Ayuk. So now it's Miami's turn. In Miami, they've got like a bunch of the edge rushers are falling, but Johnny Newton is there, and they lost. I think they lost Christian Wilkins in free agency. Yeah, it's an easy, it's a big hole you need to fill. So you fill it with one of the best D linemen. It's up between him and Murphy for the best D lineman, but they are both really, really good. I'm really excited to see what they can do in the pros. So good for Miami. They get Johnny Newton. And now Denver, they traded back, and they traded back for one reason, is so that they can get more assets to build around a quarterback in Bo Nix. And yes, they got Zach Wilson. That doesn't matter. Let's be real. They literally traded nothing for him, and Zach Wilson has not done a thing in this league to even warrant anything to stop a quarterback being taken by Denver. It's just kind of insurance that, hey, if we can't get a quarterback, we have somebody that could do something maybe. But they end up getting a quarterback anyway, so it isn't that big of a deal. And guess who made it to pick number 23? Quinyon Mitchell made it to pick number 23. I mean, that's just it seems wild, but look at what happened. Like it's just is what it is. That's how the board's fallen. So the Minnesota Vikings, who didn't even have to give up that much to trade up for their quarterback and J.J. McCarthy, now have a great corner in Quinyon Mitchell. So now they're laughing to the bank. The Dallas Cowboys are up now, and they get to select Graham Barton, who is the best available offensive lineman. They don't have to trade up, trade back. They stay pat, and they get a good offensive lineman. And now Green Bay's up, and I'm going to give Green Bay, a guy that a lot of people give to Green Bay, and Cooper DeJean, just really versatile guy, can fit tremendously in their secondary. I'm excited to see what they can do there. So that's that, and now we get to Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay, they get so lucky here. They get a pick of two of the top three, or three of the top four. I'll go to the edges real quick. You got Chop Robinson, Jared Verse, and Laiatu Latu. They get to pick whoever they want to pick. And you know what? I'm going to give them Laiatu Latu. Just, you can have them right there. Just easy selection there for them. They'd be happy. I'd assume that the Buccaneers would be ecstatic if they could fall into that kind of luck where they just have they have an edge right there just sitting for them. And now Arizona's on the clock, and we know how Arizona likes to make some moves during the draft. So guess what? They're gonna make a move, and they're gonna move out of the first round. Yes, it sounds weird, but they are gonna move out of the first round. They're gonna get more assets, and guess who's gonna move back up? we're gonna have Washington move back up because they have all these picks. You know, so they're gonna try to move back up. We'll give this and this or something. I don't know, but Arizona gets 2 picks really early in the second round. They get to give up a few of these picks, but who cares? So now this trade's going. If it loads, oh gosh. Oh, that's fun. Let's see. This. Oh, well, that's fun. It's not loading. It is not loading. Is it telling me? Is it a sign of what's to come? It might be. Shoot, I don't know. Yeah, so it's not loading, but we'll just pretend then. We're gonna pretend that this is Washington, and Washington, you know what? They see all these edges still available. They're like, we want to have an edge for the future, and we can give them a fifth-year option too. We can build our offense and our defense. So they're going to come up, and they're going to take Chop Robinson. I know Jared Verse is there, but they're going to take Chop Robinson. We're going to pretend, obviously, it says Arizona. That's Washington. Just in your mind, just say that. And now we get to Buffalo, and Adonai Mitchell's there. Obviously, they need a receiver. They need a receiver really bad. But guess who they have met with twice in the process? Xavier Legette. I don't think they've met A.D. Mitchell as much as they have Legette. Legette could be a riser to me, rising so far as to getting drafted by Buffalo in the first round at pick 28 if they don't trade up, of course, which they easily could, but I don't know who they'd really trade up for. Brian Thomas? Like, would they do that? I don't know. I don't see it. So now Detroit gets lucky because Jared Verse is right there, and they just get to take Jared Verse. Their home crowd would probably like it. There you go. They get Jared Verse. Nate Wiggins goes to Baltimore, and we're about to close this out. Jackson Powers Johnson. The Steelers walk away with the best draft. I don't care. They get one of the best receivers in the NFL and now get a center that has a potential to be a franchise center in Jackson Powers Johnson. And now to finish this off, we're going with the Rams, and we're going to give them a DB, Ennis Rakestraw Jr. And we have completed this draft. Again, if you like the picks, let me know. If you don't like the picks, let me know. And if you like the content, obviously like and subscribe. Everyone says it, but there's a reason why we say it, because it helps the algorithm out. I want to hit the algorithm again. Some of my other videos are not hitting the algorithm, so please make sure you like and subscribe. Watch the video. 2x speed watch it. You could just put it in the background. I don't care. Just watch the video. And you know what? Until next time, everyone, we'll look back and hopefully not laugh too hard at this. But we'll see. So, anyways, see you, everyone. Stay safe.